I want to talk about this Trevor Lawrence mustache issue. Did you guys hear about this? I must ask you about this. Did you hear about the post-game interview late Friday night? Trevor Lawrence was asked a question, and a female reporter, who to my knowledge still has not been identified, then said while her Zoom was still on and not muted that Trevor Lawrence looked ridiculous with his mustache and he needed to shave it off, basically. And most people laughed. To his credit, Trevor Lawrence laughed and didn't turn it into any kind of issue. But what I want to see and discuss here is it's amazing to me how people selectively make decisions on who victims are and who victims are not. If a female athlete had been doing an interview like this and a male reporter had been heard saying something similar about her physical appearance, her hair, her weight, God forbid he said that she needed to shave her mustache, he would be fired and he would never work again. A mob would immediately form. There would be 1,000 woke hit pieces written about what an awful human being he is. And people get upset about me when I point out stories like these, but identity politics-laden people insist not on treating everybody the same, but they have a pyramid of victimization. Everybody should handle a story like this, like Trevor Lawrence, and everybody should be handled and treated the same way, but they aren't. And so I just want you to think about that a little bit. And my buddy Keith Olbermann, who I hope his meds are still working, but I question whether they are or not, because he's demanded that Supreme Court justices be arrested. He's demanded that senators be arrested. All of this craziness that he's putting out there, was saying, oh, why are you even discussing a hypothetical, basically? That's what crazy people do. And, I mean, that's a fundamental misunderstanding of how smart decisions are made. The legal process is predicated on factual hypotheticals. That's how we get at reasonable decisions and rational, defensible precedent. By actually looking at a situation, subtly altering it, and saying, are we treating like situations in a like manner? Many of the times in modern American society, the answer is we are not. Here's an easy example for you. Compare how Brett Kavanaugh's sexual assault allegations were treated compared to Joe Biden's sexual assault allegations. The allegations against Joe Biden were from a subordinate, were far more reasonable and believable, with easy historical precedent of them having been reported before for decades. Whereas Brett Kavanaugh was 15 years old, or 16 or 17 or whatever the heck he was, a minor, and there's no evidence he even ever met his accuser. Yet Brett Kavanaugh was dragged through the mud, and Joe Biden was basically given a clean pass. And people get mad at me when I point out these disparate treatments from the media, but really all I'm requesting is that we have a standard, that we have a precedent, and that we apply it going forward. And the Trevor Lawrence situation, to me, is fascinating, because if Trevor Lawrence was a female athlete, everybody would immediately demand that the male reporter who asked this question be fired. Now, I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't want people fired over stupid things that they do on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or in some viral video that someone grabs and treats as if it's representative of larger societal issues. But I do think the same people in the woke sports media who would lose their mind should be treating like situations in a like manner. And I want you to file this one away, because in our modern era where people make Zoom errors all the time, hey, what's up, Jeffrey Toobin? I hope that we'll apply the same precedent going forward as was applied surrounding Trevor Lawrence.